Hello and welcome to part 11 of the Gary's Mod DarkRP F4 menus series. This is near one of the last episodes. So last time we did the fonts and the image, that was just for me to show you. And I know they don't look very nice, but I mean they're just there to show, that we can do it. Right, so today I'm going to be changing the buttons. We're going to just change one button, then we can just copy most of that code for the next lot. Right, so what we want to do is we want to go into our file here, and then we can leave all this image, well, that image, and then we can go to close button. So we're going to be editing close button. So first of all, I want to kind of duplicate this font here, and we want to make it a bit smaller, so we call it button font, because that font's way too big for a button. That's not going to look nice in a small button. I'm going to change the size to 20. I'm going to keep this font though, because I quite like this font. So if we leave it as that, we've got a new font created. Then we'll go down to the buttons where it says .paint. We're going to be changing stuff inside this. So what we want to do is, first of all, we're going to be drawing the text down here. So we'll get rid of that in a minute, but so in .paint we're going to have a if statement. So we're going to do if and then self, which is referencing to this button, because you see we've got function self width height, self, and then is, and then self colon is hovered. This is basically saying if the player hovers a mouse over the button, then do this. So we'll do then, and then we could do else if, and then we'll do self is down. Right, so that's reference basically saying if this button is down, then do this. So down basically means like how quickly. You see when we're on this page that turns white. You won't see it on these buttons, but you'll see it on those buttons. Right, so and then I want to put two. And we can put or self dot m underscore b selected. That's something to do with the call sheets and basically if they're selected or not. So then we want to put a bracket, then we want to put then. Right, and now we just want to end off the if statement. So we're going to be putting, oh no, wait. We also want else, and then we'll put end, because this is basically going to be for when it's down, we're going to paint it. When it's hovered, we're going to paint it, and then when it's not down or hovered, we're going to also paint it. So to do this, we just want to steal this here, because that's the default button, and we're going to just do that. It's easier to do when it's not down first. So if we do that, set draw color blah blah blah, we save that now, and we go into here, you'll see the buttons here, and then we hover over it's gone, because that's when we're hovering and it's not painting it when it's hovered. So what we want to do now is we want to keep these should all be fine the same roughly. Now we want to draw the text. As you see, when we hover over it, that text won't be there, because we're going to be drawing it with a different font and making it so we can change the color depending on if it's down or not. So we do draw.simple text, then this is going to be the text. So the text is going to be close, because this is the close button. We'll do custom font, and then we'll do this is going to be that's the font. So we don't want a custom font, we want it to be that button font. So that's the font, and then we've got the X position. So we're going to do width divided by 2, because it's getting the width of the button and divided by 2, so it's going to position it in the middle. And then we'll do height divided by 2, which makes it position in the middle as well. Then we need the color. We need to do a simple color of white, which you can get from up here. And then make sure we add in the alpha. And then we're gonna do text align. What this allows us to do is it allows us to basically make sure that, because if we didn't use text align, then the text would, if we set it to the center, the text top left, it would just do it where the top left corner of the text is. But if we do this, it will make sure that the text is on that X and Y coordinate. The middle of the text is on the X and Y coordinate. So we just want to do text line center for X and the text line center for Y, and then we can end it off. So now if we do that, I know this will look dodgy, because look, it's got that old close button. That's why I said we're going to remove this. So if we just remove that set text, well, you need to keep the set text there. Then when we hover over it, disappears because we're no longer painting it. So we could just copy this into else if, just put it in both of these, and then we just change these a little bit so it looks, because if we were to save it now and look in game, it wouldn't really show anything when you hover. You see this one, it kind of turns a bit blue when you hover. This one just doesn't do anything. That doesn't look very nice. So what we want to do is we're going to just set the draw color. We're going to make it a bit, so that's the background of the button. So it's going to make it so the background of the button is a bit like more, you can see it more. So we're going to set that to 175 when it's down, and then when it's hovered a bit lighter. And then we're also going to make it so that when it's hovered, the text changes color a bit to like 150. This basically make it a bit darker, 150. And then when it's down, make the text change to 90 and 90. These need fiddling around with a bit. It's just I did them off camera, so I know that they look a bit better. So now if we remove and we hover over it, you see it kind of changes color, and so does the text. So now if we're going to just change these values a little bit. I did these off camera, so change that to 56. Change this to 50. The reason why that's changed to 56 is because we've taken off 25 of the X, so we're going to move it across 25 less. You save that. I think that looks a bit nicer, to be fair. Now we can easily just copy this paint onto all the other buttons. So if we go into remove button, we'll delete that in set text. I'll change this to remove, and then we do that, and then we do that. And now we've done that, the remove button should look like that. We can also move it across, so move it 25 across, take off 25 from, well, add on 25 to that number. That'll be 142, 137. So now that should be close, and that, I think that looks quite nice, to be fair. Now we're going to just move it across to these buttons, the call sheet buttons. We're only going to do the call sheet buttons though. So if we go into our CS underscore call sheet, where we have button.paint, we're going to change it to not button up. We're going to just replace it with what we've just made. So we need to shift tab that back, and we also need to change the text. So set text up here is label, so we're going to just remove that, and then we just replace it with quotation marks. Then we change remove to label. So now we've got that. Now if we press save and we go here, we've got jobs. And look, you can see when we hover, you know, it kind of changes color. Then you can see when you're like on the actual tab, it looks like that. So now I've got all these fonts and it looks quite nice. Obviously you can just copy and paste that dot paint onto all these become jobs and make it look a lot nicer. So this is going to be nearly one of the last episodes. We'll have a couple more after this. Make sure to check out the Discord, guys. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video, and make sure to you know, help my channel grow. So we've done fonts within the buttons, and we've changed a couple of the buttons to look nice. So make sure, guys, you just make this look nice along with your F4 menu. You don't have to copy it exactly. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day, guys.